connecting and saying hello to each other. It's almost like a bus station where people are coming and going, and there's an energy level there that is really quite exciting. Because we don't have a central area, we don't have like a downtown Maple Glen, for the Jewish community, the Spain lobby is kind of like downtown central Jewish community, and I love that.
I came to Beth Or when I was looking for preschools for my oldest child. Now that she has moved up to religious school, she's taking advantage of all the fun social events with her Beth Or friends. The parents I met have become family. We love attending all of the different holiday events, song-filled family services, and challah bakes for us and for our kids. From the teachers to the staff to the clergy to the entire congregation, we have felt welcomed from the moment we walked in the door.
Since I've been here for most of my life, I would say it's a very accepting community and everyone's so nice.
Beth Or is a really sacred place to come, to pray, to be very open-minded, and it's just fun.
It's a good place to make new friends and learn about your religion. It's a great community and it makes you feel welcome.
My family and I have been members of Beth Or for many years. My children attended religious school through B'nai Mitzvah and confirmation. Now that we're empty nesters, we often attend services and love the variety, from Kabbalat Shabbat to high holy days. We become frequent volunteers in social action activities and programs geared towards our age group and interests. I personally have enjoyed the deep dive into Torah study and lively, thought-provoking discussions that take place during lifelong learning classes led by our wonderful clergy. Most of all, we have made treasured friends along the way.
I love this synagogue. I love the people in it. What makes it so exciting is to see people that I care about and see people interact with each other. Some of the most powerful moments happen in the foyer where people are coming in and reconnecting and saying hello to each other. It's almost like a bus station where people are coming and going, and there's an energy level there that is really quite exciting. Because we don't have a central area, we don't have like a downtown Maple Glen, for the Jewish community, the Spain lobby is kind of like downtown central Jewish community, and I love that.
I came to Beth Or when I was looking for preschools for my oldest child. Now that she has moved up to religious school, she's taking advantage of all the fun social events with her Beth Or friends. The parents I met have become family. We love attending all of the different holiday events, song-filled family services, and challah bakes for us and for our kids. From the teachers to the staff to the clergy to the entire congregation, we have felt welcomed from the moment we walked in the door.
Since I've been here for most of my life, I would say it's a very accepting community and everyone's so nice.
Beth Or is a really sacred place to come, to pray, to be very open-minded, and it's just fun.
It's a good place to make new friends and
Shabbat Shalom. I want to welcome you here to the congregation tonight. Normally we take a moment to make sure we're not sitting next to strangers. I know we are not sitting next to strangers. We are socially distanced, but we are one community. Normally, we ask you to turn around and wish each other a Shabbat Shalom, but suffice it to say, give a wave, give a smile, give a wink, smile to the degree that we can, and try to build a sense of community during this time of isolation. A couple of rules before we begin services for those of you, for this is the first time here at Friday night. We are one of the few synagogues that are open and having actually in-person services. And in order to do that successfully, we have to set a couple of standards. And one of them is we are asking everyone to wear their mask at all times during the service. We ask that to the best of your ability, you remain seated during the service. If you need to leave for whatever reason, just try to practice social distancing at that time. And during the service, we always encourage people to read along and to sing along and to engage in the worship service. Regrettably, that is a spreading phenomenon, and so we ask you to kind of hum silently, read quietly, but not to the degree that we always encourage you to sing with our cantors during the service. And finally, at the conclusion of the service, we will ask our wonderful volunteers to sort of escort you out of the congregation. And as you know, there is no Oneg Shabbat, no reception following. We ask you just to go directly to your cars. Once again, we want to thank you for joining us. This is going to be a meaningful, an upbeat moment of celebration because it is Shabbat, a sanctuary in time. And as such, we're going to begin our service with the singing of a few songs. We're going to begin with the singing of Psalm 150, which can be found in your Sidurim on page 100.
Hallelujah, Hallelujah, chiamoso, Hallelujah, vivo rota. Hallelujah, rokulo, Hallelujah, beteka shofar, Hallelujah, nevel vechinor, Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah,
Lecha dodi, lekrakala.
B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shem bo tifilet elitila Lecha dodi Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela
Likrat Shabbat lech u'benecha Yimekor ha'deracha Erosh miketen nesucha Sakmasim et machshavat yivale
Lecha dodi Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Please face the rear of the sanctuary as we welcome the Sabbath Queen. Moi v'shalom aterebala Gam besimcha osohala Tochem uleam segula Boi kala Adodi Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Adodi Likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela.
If you are here with a child, remain standing. If you are here without a child, please take a seat, because we want to ask those who are here with their children to offer a blessing to their kids, as is our tradition.
Yevarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha Yisa Adonai panav elecha V'yasem lecha shalom V'yasem lecha
A moment where we convey blessing from parent to child, not only for our B'nai Mitzvah students, but also for those who are here to celebrate Shabbat. A blessing that is as old as the ages, a blessing for wisdom, a blessing for faith, a blessing for peace. If I can ask, take your hands, place them on the heads of your children, the kepis of your children, and we'll join together. It's all on your cards. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha. May God bless you and may God keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. May God's countenance shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May a sense of God's presence be with you and give you peace. So I'm going to call at this time to lead us in the blessings the Rosenstadt family and the Canapue family, to lead us in the blessings for candles, which can be found on page 2. Everyone else, we invite you to please be seated.
Oh, hear my prayer, I sing to you. Be gracious to the ones I love, and bless them with goodness and mercy and peace. So hear my prayer to you.
You're going to do the English first.
are you? Give light to all who hold it. So may by our lives give light to all who behold us, as by righteous reminders of the generations of Israel who have kindled light. Of the generations of Israel who have kindled light. And so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. The source of light and truth, creator of eternal falsehood. Help us to find our knowledge and lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter the sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel
We're going to continue on the next page with blessing over wine with Kiddush. Jacob, I'm going to ask you to hold that for me. We'll join together. Kiddush is found on page 4, I believe. 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'rotzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'yahava u'ratzon inchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tefila lamikra'e kodesh zecher letziyah mitzrayim ki banu v'charta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'yahava u'ratzon inchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
Take a little sip. Mazel tov. Ella, normally we would share, but not today. Mazel tov. Okay, you guys can go back and sit down. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Ella, nicely done. Thanks, Jake. I invite you to rise on page 28 for the Baruch Hu.
Am I awake? Am I prepared?
pray together in the Hebrew on page 30. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, v'chochma poteach she'arim, u'vituna meshane itim, u'machalif et hazmanim, u'mesader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem b'rakia kirtzono. Orei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, u'ma'avir yom, u'mevi layla, u'mavdil ben yom u'vein layla, Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. We continue on page 32.
Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amecha Torah u'mitzvot chokim u'mishpatim אותנו למעדתה. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד.
Please be seated.
ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה, אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בהם, ושבתך ביתך, ולכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם בכל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, and that there's a better place, a promised land, and that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, and that there's no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. We continue on page 40.
Leolam
Page 43. Give us a place to rest, Adonai, our God, and bring us into the shelter and the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim.
Adonai Eloheinu, L'shalom v'hamidinu, Shomreinu l'chaim, Ufros aleinu, Sukat shlomecha, v'techninu, v'etzat tova, milfanecha, v'hoshienu, leman shemecha.
Grant us peace as we lay down and close our eyes. You will shelter me and my family neath the shadow of your wings. Keep us safe and raise us up to life renewed. And through every storm you shall keep us warm, filled with love and light. Watching over us, you will carry us safely through the night. Grant us peace as we lay down and close our eyes. You will shelter me and my family neath the shadow of your wings. Keep us safe and raise us up to life renewed. And through every storm you will keep us warm, filled with love and light. Watching over us, you will carry us safely through the night.
We're going to continue with the Amidah on page 46. We invite you, as you're able, to please rise. Page 46.
Adonai, Sfatai Tivkah, Ufi Yagita Hiratecha. Adonai, Sfatai Tivkah, Ufi Yagita Hiratecha. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Hawel, Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, Eleyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei Ha'akol, ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'imahu, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו ביאהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה, אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל, אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה, ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. Each of us enter this sanctuary with a different need. Some hearts are filled with peace, gratitude, overflowing with joy and love. They're eager to confront the day and to make the world a better place. They are perhaps overcoming illness or have escaped misfortune, and we rejoice with you. Some hearts in this room ache with sorrow. Disappointment and loss weigh heavily upon them. Families have been broken. Loved ones lie on a bed of pain. Death has taken a cherished loved one. We pray that our presence and caring bring them comfort. Some hearts are embittered. Ideals are betrayed and mocked, answers sought in vain. Life has lost its meaning and value. May the knowledge that we too are searching restore our hope and renew our faith. Each of us enters this sanctuary with a different need, yet we are one. Tonight, in our different places, we join hands emotionally and spiritually, pray to God for wisdom, for comfort, for gratitude. Take a few moments, silent prayer and meditation.
עושה שלום במרמיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ועל הכל ישראל ויהי בנו אמן. עושה שלום במרמיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, והכל ישראל ויהי בנו אמן. עושה שלום במרמיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ועל כל ישראל ויהי בנו אמן. עושה שלום במרמיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, והכל ישראל ויהי בנו אמן.
Before I begin this service, I'd like to just begin with 2 words of thanks. Number one, I want to thank you for coming, for keeping the faith and the house of Israel filled with voices, with eyes, with concern, and with community. This congregation would not be what it was and what it is if it weren't for you. Secondly, I want to give thanks to Barnett from High Paul Studios, who has been faithfully in the back of the sanctuary, videoing these services so that those who aren't here can watch it. And for those of you who are streaming, I want to publicly say thanks to Barnett for making this possible and for bringing us to the worldwide international web. Because I am sure that our reach is probably not that big, but nonetheless, those people who aren't here can participate. So now let me begin with some remarks. I want to talk to you about the story of Noah. Jacob and Ella are going to read tomorrow the Torah portion from Noah, the second story in the Hebrew Bible, the second parashah. And it is a story where God loses hope in God's partners. God had hoped that humanity would be wonderful partners and fulfill a dream of God's goodness. But human beings choose, and human beings make decisions. And in no time at all, the world was filled with violence, cruelty, and evil. And God regretted that he had made the world. And so, as you know, God decided to destroy the world with a flood, with water. If you take a look at the second window, just above the Silberman's head, you will see, the third window, you will see in the lower left-hand corner the waters and a little boat and a rainbow. That window is up there depicting the story of Noah and the flood. God chose to wipe the earth clean. And from time to time, God thought it was necessary. And so that was the story of Noah. But how many of you know what a midrash is? A midrash is a rabbinic story that fills in the gap that the Torah doesn't tell us. And I recently found a midrash by a colleague of mine. His name is Rabbi Ed Feinstein. And he shared this midrash with me and with others. I don't know where he got it from, but he shared it with us, and now I'd like to share it with you. It is a rabbinic imagination about what might have actually happened on Noah's Ark. Here's how it goes. God found himself in trouble. God needed to find one good person, one righteous man worthy of saving. Because God knew he was going to destroy the world, but he needed one person to bring about the salvation of the world. Because God wanted to wipe away all the evil and start again. And God chose Noah. But the truth is that Noah was a righteous guy. He was a good guy, but he didn't really fully share entirely in God's dream of goodness. There was still one lesson that Noah needed to learn. God spoke to Noah and said, "Go build an ark." And Noah followed his instructions. He built an ark and gathered all the animals, 2 by 2. And it started to rain. And God brought them all into the ark, closed the door, locked it, sealed it. And as the water rose, so did the ark. And Noah thought his work was done. He had saved all the animals. He had saved his family. He had done what God had asked of him. But little did he know, according to this midrash, that his work was just to begin. As soon as the voyage began, Noah's son came running to his father. "Dad, you gotta come quick." "What's the problem?" said Noah. He said, "A lion is about to eat one of the sheep. Come quick." Noah ran to the place where the lions were living. It was, by the way, on the 4th floor. And the lion was about to have lunch on a beautiful little adorable sheep. And Noah screamed, "Wait, you can't do that." "What do you mean I can't do that?" said the lion. "I'm a lion. It's lunchtime, isn't it? I'm hungry and I eat sheep for lunch." "Yes," said Noah, "I know, but let me reason with you for a moment. I only have 2 sheep, and if you eat one of them, then there will be no sheep to populate the world when this flood is over. Would you be kind enough, Mr. Lion, not to eat the sheep?" "What are you talking about? It's what I eat. What am I going to eat for all these days in the ark? Tell you what, I have lots and lots of straw." "Yuck! said the lion. I am not eating straw. Well, could you just do it for 40 days? And I promise you, if you do that, I will tell the world of your generosity, and you will become the king of the jungle. Okay, said the lion. I will have straw for lunch, but remember, 40 days, no more. So the sheep was saved. Just then, another one of Noah's sons came running in. Dad, you gotta come quick. What's the problem now? It's the elephants. They're playing tag on the 3rd floor. They're going to capsize the whole ark. You've got to come and tell them to stop doing that. So Noah went to the 3rd floor now and started talking to the elephants. And Noah said, could you stop this? And the elephant said, what are you talking about? We're playful creatures. We like to play tag. We like to have fun. You're asking us to just sit here and do nothing? It's not in our nature. Well, yes, that's exactly what I'm asking you to do. Just 40 days. And if you do that, I will tell them how wise you really are, and that you will never forget a thing. Fine, said the elephants. We'll sit here 40 days, no more. And so they sat down quietly and just looked out the window. Next, it was the monkeys. They were hiding things and stealing things and taking keys and bananas, and they were stealing from all the other animals, and people were getting more and more agitated. And Noah comes up to the monkeys and says, you got to stop this. You're getting everybody very, very upset. But it's what we do. We're monkeys. That's how we entertain ourselves. How do you think we're going to survive if we can't bring laughter to other people? Noah said, 40 days. Can you just cool it for 40 days? And the monkey said, okay, 40 days, but no more. And then Noah had to deal with the pigs. The pigs, as you know, are not a courteous breed of animals. They make a mess, they slobber all over the place, and they were destroying deck 2, which at this time was known as the Lido deck. Noah went to the pigs and says, would you mind cleaning up after yourself? What are you talking about, clean up after yourself? We're pigs. We don't clean up after ourselves. Just for 40 days, we all have to live together here in this ark. And if you are making a mess of everything, it will be absolute bedlam. And so it was for every creature on the ark. Every creature needed to learn to give up a little bit of their nature in order to get along with others on the ark. The lion had to give up killing, which was not easy. The elephants had to give up playing, which was hard for them. The monkeys had to give up stealing, and the pigs needed to learn to clean up after themselves. The mosquitoes, who normally bite and annoy other creatures, had to learn respect for other people's bodily privacy. The roosters promised not to wake everybody up in the early morning. And the bats promised not to fly around in the middle of the night, scaring everybody to death. Noah was successful with every creature on the ark until it came to the most complicated of them all, the human beings, his own family. Because Noah realized that people were capable of all the bad behaviors of the animals. They could kill, they could steal, they could mess around, they could annoy other creatures. But although people could act like the other animals, Noah discovered and learned something on the ark that made us unique, different from all the other animals. You see, Noah could persuade all the other animals to change their behavior, but only for 40 days. Humans could change much more and more permanently. People could change their nature, not just for 40 days, but forever, if they want to. People, Noah learned, have the capacity to turn their lives around. And if they want to steal, they can say, not just for 40 days, but for the rest of my life, I will not steal. And so Noah changed all the animals. And Noah got people on the ark who always can misbehave, which what led to the flood in the first place, to change their nature, so that when they got off the ark, the world was a better place. And then God promised, with a rainbow, never to destroy the world again. That's why the Bible says there's a rainbow in the sky. It's God's promise not to destroy the world again, because, according to Ed Feinstein, people agreed to change permanently. I want to share with you a poem written by Aaron Zeitler. Listen to it carefully. Take its message to heart. Tell me not man is a beast. Compared to man, beast is angel. Do beasts build crematoria? Do they hurl children into fire? Do they take pleasure in death? Tell me not man is a beast. Tell me not man is a beast. He is more than an angel. He is the word of an Isaiah. He is an outcry of a job. He yearns for new worlds. Tell me not man is a beast. Tell me not man is a beast. Compared to man, beast is an angel. Do beasts use napalm on each other? Do they hurt each other? Do they kill? Do they steal? Do they maim? Tell me not that man is a beast. But man is more than an angel. He is willing to help. He has ability to fast. He is a creature that can cry, confess, and change. Compared to man, beast is an animal. Man robs, wrecks, ravages. But man can begin again. Man can be more than he was. Man is the capacity to change. Human beings go back and forth, back and forth. We go from the creation of the world to the floods of Noah, from good to evil, and often from evil to good. But Ed Feinstein tells this midrash because he is reminding us that no matter what, unlike an animal who will ultimately return back to its instinct, we can chart our own course. Not for 40 days, but for the rest of our lives. We can fight despair. We can struggle with arrogance. We can believe in tomorrow despite our despair. We can think our way out of a problem, and we can believe in a better day, even when we are sitting here with masks on and struggling with the isolation of our days. We can change, and we can believe in change. And that was the lesson that Noah ultimately learned. We are living in a very difficult and trying times, not only physically and spiritually, but also as a country. It is my prayer, it is my hope, it is my yearning that, like Noah learned of the capacity to change and to improve and to grow, that we as human beings here on this Friday night will have also that awareness that every little change is a repudiation of evil and an affirmation of Noah's most important lesson taken from this Torah portion. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Circle round for freedom, circle round for peace, for all of us imprisoned, circle for release, circle for the planet, circle for each soul, for the children of our children. Keep the circle whole. Circle round for freedom, circle round for peace, for all of us imprisoned, circle for release, Circle for the planet, circle for each soul, for the children of our children. Keep the circle whole.
I would like to draw your attention to the order of service for tonight because there are a number of events that you might enjoy and might grow together. Number one, on Tuesday night, I will be teaching an introductory master class on Talmud via Zoom. You are welcome to join. The materials will be provided for you through this class, and it'll be an opportunity for you to look at a book that perhaps you've never had a chance to study before, and all levels of learners are welcome. Number two, we want to remind you that beginning Hebrew, if you look at the prayer book and your eyes glaze over, we'll be teaching new members of the congregation Hebrew beginning on October 26th or 27th between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. Aaron Milson-Schultz teaches that class. And finally, we have an Israeli Film Festival here in the congregation. Usually takes place in the spring, but because of COVID, we've decided to bring a number of movies to the congregation that you can watch in the comfort of your own home and then participate in a Zoom discussion. The first movie that we're showing is called My Polish Honeymoon, which is a delightful and very poignant film about a young couple who go to Poland and rediscover their own personal family history, and it is really a lovely film. And on Monday night, we will be discussing it in an open discussion, also via Zoom. There's more information, blood drives, and all sorts of activities and book discussions. Please take this home, take a look at it, and avail yourselves of all the services and programs that we are hoping to offer the congregation. I want to wish once again Mazel Tov to the Canop Blues and to the Rosenstock family. We will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. It is right, time's right. Okay. 9 and 11. We'll see you then. Mazel Tov, you guys have done a great job so far, and we're looking forward to celebrating with you tomorrow morning. So we'll invite you to conclude our service with the Aleinu, page 586. We invite you, please.
עלינו לשבח לדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצון, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגול עלינו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיום אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, היום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
On this Shabbat, we recall the names of beloved members of our congregational family whose yard sites are observed. You remember at this time Jackie Anthony, Alan Apter, Miriam Backrack, Bart Bartkowski, Harold Burnham, Philip Berman, Sam Bonder, Fanny Burke, Elias Caden, Eleanor Cohen, Ida Cohen, Gertrude Cooperberg, Jean Davis, Jenna DeMar, Bernard Derman, Beverly Derman, Oscar Dubin, Mabel Dubron, Leonard Ducart, Norma Islander, Ann Feinberg, Ida Fink, Kenneth Freeman, Jeanette Geyer, Gertrude Glaverson, Leopold Litton, Raya Gold, Lawrence Gusset, Benjamin Halpin, Dorothy Harris, William Hirsch, Jack Israel, Rose Carmel, Owen Knopping, Bertie Kornfeld, Benjamin Kosnick, Alan Kramer, Eleanor Lamberski, Howard London, Alan Mandel, Robert Mash, Harry Myers, Hesh Milikowski, Ayala Marone, Erwin Muntz, Rose Pearl, Charlene Portney, Ruth Ratson, Samantha Rosen, Harry Rosenbaum, Herman Rosenblum, Eugene Schobel, Mildred Schaefer, Elaine Shubin, Rose Scholl, Ellen Cheryl Silverman, Ethel Sklarov, Dolores Solomon, John Spanner, Elaine Stein, Florence Suffian, Freda Tarabar, Jacob Tauber, James Tessa, Doris Weaver, Min Zosler, and Walter Ziegler. And we add with sorrowing hearts the name of one who was laid to eternal rest in recent days, Marvin Eglin, and we remember the legacy whose families are observing Shloshim, the 30 days of remembrance, Barnett Knappen and Joan Parkin. And tonight we remember victims of the Shoah, Arka Bittman, Aaron Gordensky, and Abba Schechter. We rise from Mourner's Kaddish on 598, giving thanks to God for the blessings of life, love, liberty, memory. We invite you to turn to page 598. Please rise. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach chilutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei kol Beit Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kariv yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lemei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei v'kudsha b'rechu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram b'yama v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom ben romav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the source of peace grant peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved wherever they may be. Let us say. Amen. So I'm going to lead the blessings for Chala. I hope that you all have a wonderful Shabbat. Once again, I want to thank you all for coming. And please join together. And good Shabbos. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min ha'aretz.
Amen. We conclude the service with the singing of Adon Olam, which can be found on page 625 in brackets or 321, first and last verses. Adon Olam, Hashem Olav, B'terem kol, Yetzir nivra, Liet nasa, v'chesta kol, Azai melech, Shemo nikra, Adon Olam Hashem Olach B'terem kol Yetzir nivra, Liet nasa, v'chesta kol, Azai melech, Shemo nikra, V'yachame Yaakov, V'yafratim nodora, V'hu haya, V'hu hove, V'hu yiyefatitara, Adon Olam Hashem Olach B'terem kol Yetzir nivra, Liet nasa v'chesta kol, Azai melech Shemo nikra, V'yachare kikota kol eva, Doyin nara, V'hu haya, V'hu hove, V'tifara, V'hu haya, V'tuhiya, V'tifara.
Good Shabbos. So, friends, please take your, hold on for a second. Please take your